Good morning and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our daily get-together live here on Facebook every morning, 7 days a week at 10:30 in the morning, where we gather to exchange headlines, comments, ideas, topics, and suggestions about how to best take advantage of our wonderful lives here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Of course, today is Monday. It is December 14. And it so happens that today's show is not live. Today is the first of 3 pre-recorded programs that we've put together for you to enjoy as we take a little bit of a break. We are heading down to the beach south of Puerto Vallarta. And yes, we'll be collecting photos and video and all kinds of memories to share when we come back. I hope that you will enjoy today's presentation, which has to do with a walking tour. If you remember, last week we took a walk down the Malecón to look for the brand new rain sculpture that has been installed on the Malecón. And at the end of that walking tour, we ended at the pedestrian bridge over the Rio Cuale. And at that moment, I hinted that I would continue on with another walk. Well, that other walk is what we are going to share with you today. And it is a walk that goes from Ignacio L. Vallarta Avenue on the bridge. As you're entering Emiliano Zapata, we're going to walk down Ignacio Vallarta Street, which is the main street that you take as you enter the neighborhood. Then we're going to take a right along Basiliovadiya, which is another very popular street on the neighborhood. And then we're going to take a left on Olas Altas Street so that you can see what's going on there. And then we're going to end up at the Los Muertos Pier. Again, this walking tour was recorded sometime last week. I forget what the day was that we did that we presented this walk. Oh, it was for Walking Wednesday. Of course it was for Walking Wednesday. So this segment was recorded on last Wednesday. And a little bit of a bonus, as I approached Basiliovadiya Street, I realized that one of my favorite art galleries in the city was opened. So we took a little detour into Galería Contempo to have a brief conversation with my dear friend Rodolfo Choperena. So we're going to take a quick look at his art gallery. And then as long as I was there, I took a peek at my dear friend Cassandra Shaw's shop, Cassandra Shaw Jewelry, where I could not find neither Cassandra nor Candance. They were both out and about taking care of this new ranch that they're developing south of the city. But I wanted you to see what a beautiful store she has, and I wanted you to see some of her artwork because they are 2 wonderful locals everybody should get to meet at some point. Both Cassandra Shaw and her sister Candace Shaw have been living here on the bay for many, many, many years, have all kinds of stories to tell, and have all kinds of knowledge and insight to share with all of us. So without further ado, let me show you this walking tour that we filmed last week so that you could enjoy it today. Take a look. Now I'm standing at the base of the southbound bridge that goes over the Isla Rio Cuale. This is Ignacio Vallarta Street, and there's something wonderful for me every time I come down this street and I am either driving south or walking south, because the bridge has a hump on it. So you go down the hump and you end up overlooking Emiliano Zapata. This is, as you know, our tourist neighborhood here in Puerto Vallarta. So today I'm going to walk down Ignacio Vallarta Street. We're going to walk all the way down to Basiliovadiya, which is another important street. And then we're going to take a ride on Basiliovadiya. And I'm going to... Ya lo sé, gracias. I'm going to walk down Basiliovadiya, and then we're going to walk down Olas Altas just to see how things are looking. I've just been told by a nice man that my backpack is open. Oh my God, it is wide open. Hold on just a second. Okay. Well, I had a backpack malfunction. Sorry about that. Now my backpack is not closed. And here we go. Buenas tardes. I don't know if you caught that, but I just said buenas tardes to a tourist, or he looked like a tourist. One of my favorite games when I'm walking around the city is to be polite. If it's good morning, I'll say buenos dias. If it's good afternoon, I'll say buenas tardes. And I do that hoping that other people will do the same thing. But sometimes you say hello to people and they're like, you know, what the fuck? We're not used to people being nice. Well, my suggestion to you is if you're walking out and about, you find a way to be polite to people that you're walking next to or nearby. Oh my goodness, I see something wonderful. The doors to Galería Contempo are open. Galería Contempo is owned by one of my favorite art gallery owners, Rodolfo Choperena. And because I haven't seen him in a while, we are going to do an impromptu meet and greet with him. Let's check it out. Rodolfo Choperena, how very nice to see you. I am doing a walking tour around the neighborhood, and I saw that the gallery is open, and I figured I'm going to stop by and say hello to my dear friend Rodolfo Choperena. Are you going to take my temperature? Do you trust me? Coffee and Headlines community, I want you to meet the wonderful Rodolfo Choperena, who is the owner of this beautiful gallery. Let me walk around and show you some of the wonderful pieces that Rodolfo has here. One of the things that I love about Rodolfo's collection is that he has impeccable taste, buenas tardes, in the type of artwork that he displays in his art gallery. And it is always a joy to stop by here. Of course, during high season here in Puerto Vallarta, usually there are events. The Southside Shuffle happens every 2 weeks, where people are able to saunter from one art gallery to the next and get a sense as to the kind of work they can purchase as an investment, as a way to decorate their home. And Rodolfo never fails to have exquisite pieces of work on display at his beautiful gallery. Now, I'm going to hope that Rodolfo is not very busy right now, and I'm going to ask him a couple of questions.
Sure. What do you need?
How's it going?
It's going better than I expected.
Tell me more.
We've been in business now for 10 years, so we're pretty well established and known. And thankfully we have been getting emails, and I'm doing blast email campaigns. And through those emails I've been able to sell quite a few number of pieces. The town is still quiet and there's not much foot traffic, not that many people coming in, but it's been okay. It is what it is. There's not much we can do about it.
That's the attitude.
So we're happy.
Rodolfo, I would stay to chat in Espanol, but I have a mission.
You're working.
I am working, and I see that you're working too, but again, every time I see that the gallery is open, it is a pleasure to connect.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays if I don't see you.
Yeah.
Be well.
Take care.
So, this is Galería Contempo. And of course, across the street is Galería Dante, another wonderful art gallery that you should explore. This is now Basiliovadiya Street, by the way. And Basiliovadiya Street is full of fascinating businesses and stores and whatnot. And you know what? What the hell? Screw it. Let's go say hi to our friends at Cassandra Shaw, because she's a super friend. These are the sexy blondie boys. They're always hanging out. Blondie's is a really fabulous little bar where you can buy and drink and accessorize in a beautiful way. But what I want to do today is stop by my friend Cassandra Shaw's gallery, just because we're so close. Let's see if they're open. And they are. Who might we run into here, I wonder? Hola.
Hola.
¿Podemos entrar a ver? This is Cassandra Shaw's. Por supuesto. I've just been asked if my temperature can be taken, and I said, of course it can. So this is a shameless plug to my friend Cassandra, who is not only a wonderful jewelry designer, but she also paints. All these paintings that you see of animals are created by her. And all her advertising campaigns, which you can see framed here, feature her pets, her dogs. And I can proudly say that I've photographed a few of those. And there's a section for male jewelry. This is not only for girls. And I believe that would be Bean, that is sitting down there. And again, I couldn't resist showing you Cassandra's beautiful art gallery, where you're likely to find something for everyone. Hasta pronto. ¿Dónde andan Cassandra y Candace? Sí, sí. Hoy es martes. Sí. That's right. Cassandra and Candace are out. Hasta pronto. Taking care of their private ranch. But as you can see, Cassandra is a huge proponent of the local performing arts. She always keeps a bunch of posters outside of her shop. So that is a little bit of a taste of what Basiliovadiya looks like. There's all kinds of shops here and restaurants and so forth and so on. Now I'm going to walk towards the ocean because what can I tell you? That's where I'm heading. As you can see walking by, there are those that wear face masks, and then there are those that do not. Is it tempting to shame people? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I've tried to teach myself to remain level-headed and let people be and just take care of myself. Many restaurants and cafes along this street and along Olas Altas, which we're going to see in a second, have been allowed to extend their sitting area to the outside, which is very comforting this time of year. For example, here at Starbucks, if you're concerned about being indoors, well, you can sit outdoors. And the same thing applies here at La Dolce Vita, a very popular Italian restaurant in town. Ay! And we're going to do another shameless plug because we can, and because she is a huge part of our cluster. And this would be our friend Kathleen and Todd, who are the owners of Lix Ice Cream. This is where Lix is located on Basiliovadiya. They now have a branch here on Basiliovadiya, and they have a branch on the Malecon. In fact, we walked right past it. And they have a branch in Fluvial near my home. So it's difficult to avoid all this ice cream. And now we're almost at the corner with Olas Altas. As you know, Olas Altas is just 1 block away from the ocean. We're not going to walk all the way down to the ocean. We're going to take Olas Altas just for you to get a sense as to what things look like over here. Again, Olas Altas is a street that several years ago was allowed a wider sidewalk, which in consequence allows a number of businesses to be able to have an outdoor sitting area. And in the next block is Chachalaka Bar, which is the property of our friend Gayoff and his partner. We're going to see if they're there, and we're also going to talk about them as long as we're here. Hey! Oh, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong number. I said Chachalaka, and I meant to say Apaches. I get confused that way. This is where Apaches is located, but they haven't opened just yet.
I won't say no.
And since I mentioned Chachalaka, I might as well show you where Chachalaka is. And that'll be the point in which I say farewell to this walking tour. I am now walking down Francisca Rodriguez Street, and the Malecon continues all the way over here in one way or another. And of course, Los Muertos Pier is right in front of me. But I want to show you where everything is located. On my left is Chachalaka Bar, which is still closed. They're just setting it up. But Chachalaka Bar has just expanded their Buenas Tardes.
Hola, buenas tardes.
They've just expanded their seating area to the outside so that people can enjoy a cocktail while there are people watching. Or you can also enjoy a cocktail in their open space. They have big, broad windows without glass, so it is well ventilated. Next to it is the legendary Archie's Walk. This is one of the most blessed restaurants in our city because it's been here for a long time. Wonderful Asian fusion Thai cuisine. It's a favorite restaurant of many. And in case you're wondering, because we've talked about this in other videos, here is where you find out information about the water taxi. This is the tourist information for all points south if you want to take a water taxi to Yelapa or to Las Animas or Quimixto. This is where you get all the information. Now they have some ticket vendors on the pier trying to get people excited about going on a trip, but it is at that office that you can get all the official information. And here we are, cluster. Los Muertos Pier. And a quick look at the beach just to get a sense as to how busy it is, how people are behaving or not behaving. I can see that I'm surrounded by people that are not wearing face masks, so I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable here. I know I do. But again, you know, it becomes like an obstacle course. No, not a curse, a course, an obstacle course. If you're walking around the city and you find people that are not wearing face masks, just walk around them. And if it's just too much for you to handle, just turn back. But this is it, guys. This is people having fun in the ocean, enjoying themselves. This is Los Muertos Beach. And here's the northern part of Los Muertos Beach. You can see it's a low tide, which allows for people to enjoy themselves. Let's take a walk at the pier itself so you can see it. And of course, on the opposite side of the pier is the actual pier. This is where all the water taxis that head south take off. And you can see this happening literally right now. People either embarking or disembarking from a vessel. And I suppose this is a good moment for me to say goodbye. This was our a little taste of what's going on in Emiliano Zapata, or at least some of the most important streets in this neighborhood. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves, and I hope to see you soon for another walking tour around Puerto Vallarta. Be sure to share this video with your friends and loved ones so that people can make their own informed choices as to whether they would feel more comfortable here or more comfortable elsewhere. Between now and then, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the walking tour that I presented today. As you know, tomorrow is also going to be a pre-recorded segment. I might as well tell you what is going to happen. The official posadas start on Wednesday. And so we figured it would be a good time tomorrow to explain what the posadas are all about. Some of you had requested that we sing some Mexican holiday songs, and that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to explain the posadas, what their origin is, what the tradition is, and we're going to take a slightly irreverent coffee and headline style at the posadas today. So feel free to watch tomorrow's broadcast. But as always, if you found something inspiring here today, if you found yourselves inspired to be here or to connect, if you had a good time, please consider the link below and feel free to become part of our community as a contributor member. As you know, Coffee and Headlines is supported by community, by people like you. So between now and the next time we get together, stay happy, stay kind, stay calm, stay connected, enjoy the surroundings, and I will hopefully see you soon. Again, tomorrow, an irreverent look at the Posadas tradition, and then the following day, I will have another walking tour for you because it is Walking Wednesday. We will be back live on Thursday. Have a great time.